extensively detailed the cost dynamics of hair transplants in my earlier videos. But today let's drill into numbers, where medical science meets arithmetic. Even if math wasn't your favorite subject in high school, just like me, but when it comes to finances, numbers are the North Star. And if I told you a tiny blue pill could save you enough money to buy you a hatchback, not a Lamborghini, but something sleek, you would listen, won't you? So let's unravel this with figures, science, and a touch of humor. And I'm going to list 3 ways, after listening to me in these next 5 minutes, you will be better informed today to take logical decisions. So benefit number 1, Finasteride shrinks the bald canvas, shrinks the bald area. Imagine a 25-year-old with a receding hairline, grade 3 baldness, with an area measuring 80 centimeters square. Keeping in mind an average density of 45 grafts per centimeter square, a hair transplant surgeon might plan for 3,500 grafts. And at the average rate of a hair transplant, of a good hair transplant the world over, 100 rupees per graft. That's 350,000 rupees for the hair transplant procedure, just to fill in the canvas. And now enter Finasteride. Clinical studies show that Finasteride improves growth in the peri-transplant scalp, that is, if it is started early. And it does so in 94% of treated patients, compared to 67% without Finasteride. That's a huge 40% relative enhancement. If your bald canvas shrinks by 25% thanks to improved native density, suddenly you're only grafting 2,500 hairs, not 3,500. Come to think of it. And at 100 rupees per graft, that's 250,000 rupees only, a saving of around 1 lakh rupees up front. Furthermore, starting Finasteride 4 weeks pre-transplant and continuing it for 6 months post-transplant boosts survival and density. Look on how you save on planting grafts where they are not meant to be, where the body will grow back its own hair, its own native thinning hair, under the protective umbrella of a DHT blocker like Finasteride. It's common logic and science which we ignore, since the enormous hit hair loss at a young age gives to our confidence and our logical thought process, and we fail to see reason. Secondly, Finasteride slows down the clock of balding. Prevention is worth its weight in grafts. Finasteride not only improves regrowth, it halts further hair loss in 83% of men after 2 years. And that means 9 out of 10 users aren't shedding more hair by year 2. A big guardrail against additional surgeries. Now picture this. A patient who would otherwise have scheduled a second hair transplant in 2 years, each session costing 250,000 rupees for 2,500 grafts each session. And over 5 years, that's 250,000 additionally on top of time off work, multiple doctor visits, and the cumulative toll. With Finasteride, on the other hand, we can potentially defer or completely eliminate that second round of hair transplant. And that's 500,000 rupees saved, enough to buy a sporty hatchback in India. For Finasteride helps to nip the problem in the bud. Every graft saved is money back in your pocket. Someone rightly said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And the third benefit, there is the promise, howsoever individual, of avoiding surgery altogether. Case studies and observational data demonstrates that early Finasteride intervention can stabilize hair loss for many young men, with improvements so marked that it's life transforming. Not everyone sees such dramatic success, but even an 86% arrest in further hair loss is a punch in the jaw of the balding process. Let's say an 80 centimeter square early thinner sees enough regrowth of hair to plateau at 20 centimeter square baldness, only along the hairline and temples. That's just 1,200 to 1,500 grafts required. Our little blue pill turns into an investment that may save 500,000 rupees or even more. And who's benefiting if the surgery table in the OT never sees you? You or the clinic? You are. While your friends sink money into repeated hair transplants, you can snigger quietly because you are on the way to winning the battle against baldness and have already saved a fortune. It is common sense that the cost of hair loss treatment, the cost of hair transplant, spirals beyond proportion if you do not take Finasteride. The reality gets stark at the age of 25 if you're endowed with a baldness gene. Without controlling the hormonal process, balding can race ahead like a runaway train. What starts as a small session becomes a costly spiral with future hair transplants that can go up to 3 or more by the age of 35. And over time, that equals the cost of a Mercedes in many cases, or a brand new sporty hatchback with change left over. And that's not counting the emotional toll, stress over donor depletion, repeated surgeries, time off work, and the anxiety which comes with donor site scarring. Curiosity killed the cat, but skipping Finasteride might kill your wallet. Being penny-wise, pound-foolish fits this scenario perfectly. Think of Finasteride as a capital investment in your follicles. It shrinks your bald area, stabilizes hair loss, and often replaces the sapphire knife. When every graft saved translates into rupees saved, the logic is understandable and it's undeniable. And your promised hatchback is within reach. For after all, you invest in your hair with your mind, not your wallet. And the numbers speak for themselves. Finasteride, when used early and continuously, shrinks your bald canvas, halts further hair loss, and can even eliminate the need for a transplantation. Start with Finasteride, do the math, and let your follicles and finances ride shotgun. But let's walk the talk straight and narrow. From a clinical pathway standpoint, introducing Finasteride early permits a more measured approach to surgical intervention. If a patient demonstrates a clear plateau of improvement in his hair loss, surgery may be deferred or planned using lesser number of grafts, thereby reducing donor site trauma, cumulative costs, and potential scarring. Starting Finasteride early is like investing in seed capital for hair. Yes, hair transplants can restore your follicles, but Finasteride helps to keep your shirt financially intact. Well, thank you for watching again. If you have any questions about hair transplant, cost of hair transplant in India or abroad, or anything about hair loss treatment in men and women, do let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you shortly. And do subscribe. Have a nice day and God bless you.